Welcome to the video. My name's Tyler. I'm trying out a new format. I'm trying to cook while I speak to you guys. So we'll see how it goes. This is just an attempt. Right now, I'm going to be meal prepping. So I'm going to be making lasagna. I just went to Target and I got a ton of stuff, enough groceries for the next probably week, 2 weeks. I probably missed some stuff, some grocery stuff. I got some stuff with me. Of course, I went to Target and they didn't have the meat that I needed, the ground beef. So I had to go to, uh, I forgot what the store. It's a local supermarket, Harris Frey or Harris Teeter. Had to go there get some meat. They didn't have a lot of meat either, so I had to get one that's like a couple days away from expiration, probably like a week from expiration. And they only had a couple of choices for me. Target was completely out of ground beef, out of moose meat. They had a little aisle for me, and that was it. They had their Target had its ice cream thing blocked or whatever, so I didn't get ice cream, and they didn't have ricotta cheese, so that's why I had to go to Harris Teeter. Um, so I got groceries. I got a couple of other stuff. I got this ultra ultrasonic diffuser where you put water and some essential oils, and it diffuses it through a whole room, and it makes the room smell good. So I got that, and I got some essential oils. I got two 5 pound dumbbells. These are just for like recovery work because they're only 5 pounds. Also for net training too at my house. Yeah. And then I got a scale, digital scale for food because I am meal prepping and I want to make sure I have enough calories, but also I can track my food. And then I've always wanted one of these. I got a pull-up bar for a door, so I'll be putting that door right there. Uh, but I'm putting that back on the ground. But I also got a ton of grocery stuff. Right now, what I really need to do is cut up the onions. I need to get the pans out so I can start frying the meat. That's what I call it. But grilling the ground beef. I gotta weigh out the ground beef too. So I gotta do that. Um, there's this really cool thing. I also saw these at Target too. These are fruit roll-ups, but with real fruit. I don't know how good they'll be. So I got this. We'll try them out. I'll let you know if they're good or not, probably by the next video or whatever. But I got a lot of stuff, a lot of groceries, so I'll have enough stuff for the next 2 weeks. Like I got some spices too that I needed just for normal stuff, and I got some olive oil, some butter. Because remember, Walmart didn't give me my butter, so I had to get some today at Target. So I had to get that. I got some ice cream at Harris Teeter along with the meat and everything and the ricotta cheese. I got this huge gallon of ricotta cheese, but I got two of them. I don't know how much ricotta cheese it'll take. I do have the ChatGPT recipe pulled up, so I know what the portions are, so I can weigh them out for the scale. So we'll see how that goes, but yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I gotta cut up the onion. So let me get, and I got my one onion, um, you know, so we're doing that. I've never diced an onion before or cut an onion before. Let me pull up the sticker and all that. Move that out of the way. Let me put that right there. But yeah, I got three of these lasagna noodle packs. I'll probably use one or two. It depends. But so you gotta get rid of all these layers. Onion. I'm gonna cut that. You want to cut. My box is in the way, sorry. I'll move it up here so you kind of can see it a little bit lower. See, you don't see my face as much though, so. Uh, like I said, this is first time me ever cutting an onion, so don't judge me. Oh, I can smell the onion. I might start crying. Oh, I probably should cut that part off. Yeah. Ah. Now it's all uneven now. I should have looked up how to cut an onion first. It's okay. We'll learn. Um, I'm gonna be the onion has to be sautéed with the meat and everything for flavor. And so I'm not worried if the onions aren't minced up correctly or any of that stuff. That'll be fixed. Um, so so like I said, but yeah, let's get into the video. I made a video earlier today when I was making breakfast with the eggs, bacon, and toast. Um, what happened was I made the bacon first, and I used the bacon oil to make the actual eggs. So I didn't need butter or any of that stuff. I could have just not used any of that and gotten a new pan, but why not? Um, so yeah. So I made a video on my breakfast. I'm probably not going to post it. That was like first attempt for me for breakfast. Doing a video with breakfast. What I need to do is I need to get a mic, a Bluetooth mic. Uh, that would help for the audio quality. I mean, it wasn't bad, the audio quality, but I want it to be better, and I can spend the money on a mic. Uh, so we'll do that. Uh, But yeah, I made that video, and in that video, I talked about, uh, meal prepping, what I was going to be doing for the day. Uh, but also, I had talked about, uh, and a thought I had this morning. So, I shaved this morning. So if you see, I don't have my beard anymore. I was shaving. Let's make it back up to me. So I was shaving this morning, and I realized that the beard makes me a lot older. It makes me look a lot older. Uh, and I think, and I realized that because I shaved today. And I was like, well, do I like looking younger or older? And of course, I like you looking younger. Like, who doesn't? Um, except if you're like a teenager or a child and you want to look older because you want the responsibilities and everything. But yeah, and I was in the mirror after shaving and I was like, wow, I look really young. And I guess it never came up to me. And I realized while I was looking in the mirror or whatever, I realized what my coworker had said. So at Walmart, when I was working, there are also newcomers, other newcomers, not just me. I work in the digital shopping department, and I was talking to one of them while we were staging because he was also staging. I was staging. Sometimes there's two people on staging, sometimes it's one. Um, but it was me and him staging, and he was talking about his previous work, and he was like, "Yeah, I used to work at KFC," and I was like, "No big deal. I used to work at a fast food restaurant or whatever." And he was like, "Yeah, they gave me like free food and everything, so I gained a ton of weight." And my mom was always like, he was like talking. He was like, "My mom always is like, oh, it's the chicken boy or whatever," and I was like, "Yeah, I know." And I was like, "Yeah, I worked at fast food too, and I ate fast food for like 2 years." And he was like, "Yeah, so what's your age or whatever? What are you doing here?" And I was like, "Oh, I was like, guess." I always like to say that because, I never like to say my age directly. I'm always like, "Oh, what do you think?" Because I'm always curious. And he was like, I think you're 18. And I was like, "No way, really?" And I was like, "No, I'm 20." 23. Sorry, I'm doing two things at once. And he was like shocked. He was like, no way, or whatever. And I was like, yes, and he was like, that's so shocking or whatever. And I was like, "Oh, how is it shocking or whatever?" And he's like, you look so young or whatever. And but I was like, wow. And then I remembered my coworkers at Whataburger would always think I was younger. Like they'd always guess I'm like 18, 19 or whatever. I always thought that was amazing. Because I want to look younger than I am because if I look now 5 years younger, when I turn 30, I'll look like I'm 25 or 20 or whatever. So I think that's a good thing. You want to look younger than it is. But I do credit, I was thinking about that. Like, why do I look so young? And I credit it to a couple of things. I credit it to I think some of it to my healthy habits, and then I also credit it to my skincare because my skincare is really good, so my skin looks pretty good. But the main ingredient in my skincare that I think contributes to how youthful I look is the retinol that I use. Well, it's not retinol technically. It's a type of retinol, whatever, vitamin A derivative. However, it's not as strong as what I would say retinol is. And so I use that. And of course, I've used that for probably a year and a half. And it takes a long time to work, especially the lower potency ones. But with vitamin A derivatives, so like the one I take, which is the over the counter version, the version you can get at a Walmart or online or whatever, at least in America. Any other types are not available. You have to have prescriptions for them from like a dermatologist or whatever. So, but that's the only type available, but it's less potent. However, like I said, it takes about a year and a half, at least the version I get, because it's less potent. It takes about a year, I would say, of using it constantly for the effects to kick in. So I've noticed that my skin is a lot more youthful. I look younger, and then I also contributed to my other habits that I do. So I contributed to my intermittent fasting, where a lot of the days I eat one meal a day, maybe two meals a day, and the good thing about that is I'm intermittent fasting. So for like, let's say 12 hours a day, 16 hours a day, I'm not eating. And that's good for longevity. For muscle growth, not as much. So I want to work on that. But it's just a thing. But that's just, that's how the world is. So but yeah, I think it's a couple of different habits of mine. And also I do try to get in some type of exercise during the day, every day, some push-ups. I'm gonna do start doing some pull-ups. That's why I got the pull-up bar. Uh, it's I do also walk on average 13,000 steps per day now that I have a Walmart job. A little bit less, 5,000 steps during the days I have off. Now, the last 2 days it's been more because I have been going to supermarkets, going around the store, getting stuff and everything. However, like I said, it's I'm pretty active compared to the average American. So that's part of the reason I think too. So my fitness level, I've also put on some muscle, so I'm not all skin and bones, as I like to say. That has changed my physique a lot, and of course I'm not perfect, and I think also my diet plays a role because I do eat mostly meat and some carbs, so mostly proteins and vegetables, not really, and fruit a little bit, but not much. Um, but that's just Sorry, I gotta talk and do this. I'm not good at multitasking. Most people aren't. And so that's just a part of some of the habits I do, but I'm not perfect. Like I said, burgers are pretty good for you. I ate fast food for 2 years, and the thing with that is Whataburger was a pretty high quality fast food place. Like I wouldn't say it's the best, but it was one of the higher quality ones. So it was real meat. It's not like McDonald's. Like there's blood in the meat and everything, so you could tell it was real. However, I always avoided the fries, anything fried really, maybe except for one or two times, because it wasn't good for you. Uh, the seed oils aren't good for you, especially when they're refrying the oil and they're using the same oil and it's oxidizing. Like all restaurants do that. I'm not blaming Whataburger. Most restaurants have to do that to keep costs down, and restaurants are really cutthroat. The restaurant energy industry is really cutthroat, which is why most restaurants fail. And there's a ton of people who do it just for the business, just to do it because they want to own a business or own a restaurant more specifically. So a ton of people do it. So it's really cutthroat. So they have to cut costs as much as possible. So I don't blame them for that. But it's the truth is they're reheating the same oil. They're using the same oil for the whole day, and it gets oxidized and everything, and so it gets bad. So that's just a thing with life you have to deal with. But I do contribute it to that. So I think that's some habits you can have. But like I said, my diet's not perfect, but it was pretty good. Now my diet hasn't been well. I've noticed specifically too, like I have bread over there, but if I eat peanut butter sandwiches before, at night when I'm really hungry, the next day I wake up and I feel like crap. Uh, and I noticed that today too, because I was hungry, so I ate some sandwiches, and I really need to not do that because I noticed how it affects my health. Um, and also, like I said, I wake up hungry in the morning. Well, if I eat something with protein in it, because it's a lower blood spike and you're fuller for longer periods of time. If I eat meat before I go to bed, I wake up in the morning and I'm not really hungry, compared to, if I if I didn't eat meat. I don't need all these onions. It's the best I got. It's not very good. I don't want to show you my chopped onions, but first timer, I've never seen it. I've seen kind of videos of it, but they're not, I don't want to stop the video, go look, and then come back. I don't need to use the whole onion. It's fine. The onions are just for flavoring. Um, so like I said, I don't need to. I don't even need to weigh these onions because they so little calories. But yeah, I contributed to that. But like I said, my coworkers in my previous job always used to say I look really young compared to my age, and maybe that's like less stress. But I understand like Gen Z has a lot of stuff to deal with. Average Gen Zer is suicidal, maybe depressed, maybe anxiety ridden. If you're not, good for you. I mean, I used to be that, and it's just a part of life living in the internet age and social media age and comparing yourself to people. That's what happens. But you know, uh, I think that's part of it. But like I said, I think that's a couple of habits. Maybe you can adopt some or two if you don't. I'm not the expert at it. I just do what works for me, more specifically. Um, I'm probably chopping these onions for like what, 20 minutes? Well, maybe like 10 minutes. It's okay. Um, this will take a long time because it's my first time. So what I got to do is, from what I've looked up on lasagna, how to make it. So I gotta get some water. Is you do with the big pan, you cook the noodles first for like almost till they're almost done. You cook, and then you also cook the meat. And what you first do is you saute the onions in a pan, then you add the meat, and then when the meat is all browned, you add the tomato paste, tomato sauce, and the chopped onion, chopped tomatoes. So all that stuff you add together. So I got to do that. I got to use a can opener because I've never opened a can or I've never used one of these. So give me a little bit of thing. I want to make sure the meat's ready to go, everything's ready to go when I first do it. So I'm probably going to try to do them at the same time. So I'll probably do the noodles at the same time as I do the meat. I'm still planning all this stuff out, what my portions are and everything. Let me try to open the cans first. So, but how has you guys' day been going, or your week? So, okay, I'm kind of figuring it. We just turn this, so keep going. Keeps going around. Okay, that goes in one. You gotta keep spinning it. I got a really big can too. Uh, but yeah. But how have you guys' day been going? But I haven't done much today. Tomorrow I gotta do check everything in the room. Oh, look, it's done. For the first attempt. I've never done that before, so uh, that is, I gotta get a bag for the trash can because the bag trash I did use, or the trash can I did use, what happened is the trash bag messed up, and because it's trash, I gotta put it in another bag, all the trash. No big deal, that's a worry for myself. For the okay, then that disconnects it. I did get some tomato paste on the cup. So I go open the cans with that. It's a big can. Let me see how many calories it is. 13 servings per container. This has 20 calories per serving. So 20 times 10, that's 200 plus another 60. That's 260 calories for this one sauce thing. I don't know if I'll use it all. The can is already open, so I gotta find a way to cover it. I'll probably wrap it in tomato sauce. I don't know why I moved my trash bag. My little trash. Keep all my trash. Okay, let's open the next can. Uh, let's see that it's not a matter of luck. Let me just turn it. I want to give myself some space. Let's see. I got two. Ugh. But yeah, how's you guys' day been going? It's already been 22 minutes. So it'll probably take me, for the first time doing it, it'll probably take me an hour. I'll probably end the video when I'm ready to put it all in the oven, because it'll probably take, thank God that didn't splash on my shirt when that came out. However, the plastic part of it uh, came out. Yeah, I need to do that. I need to get an apron. So if my uh, apron gets stained, it's not better that than me. Now I'm gonna have to clean that up. And there's a little bit of plastic that got into the. Uh, that's tomato, all right. There you go, saw everything. Let me get a paper towel. I want to clean that mess up before I do anything. So that's my two tomato stuff. I do need to open up the tomato paste. I never know the thing with this. So apparently you add the crushed tomatoes, the tomato sauce, and the paste, and I've never understood why. Maybe I could have just gotten a meat sauce. That probably could have been a lot easier. We'll just go on with it. So, but yeah, how's you guys' day been going? Mine's been okay. I gotta fill out that form, so tomorrow I can fill it out and give it to my leasing agent, the RA the agent or whatever. So I got to do that tomorrow. I have to go to the storage unit uh, tomorrow. Look at that tomato paste. Can you believe it that like a couple hundred years ago, people thought the tomatoes would kill you? At least that's what I've heard. I don't know if that's 100% true. I was able to get some measuring cups today at the Target, so that was good. Um, we're gonna use that one. So I have to decide how much cheese I want to make, all that stuff, what's gonna go on it. So we'll have to weigh the scale, or I think I might use the scale. I don't know. We're flying by the seat of my pants. Okay, when I make this, it's not gonna be perfect. Uh, we're gonna use this for the uh, lasagna sheets, and then we're gonna use a stainless steel pan for the sauce. I hope that's big enough to hold all the sauce. We'll find out. Can't use my cast iron because that's what I used for eggs this morning and bacon and all that, and I don't want to have to clean it and everything. It's pretty clean because it's soaked in the water for a while. It's pretty much clean, but I don't want to have to wipe it down off and do all that stuff. But yeah, this is my new pan to get to test it out. We'll get to test out my oven too. So what I need to do is fill up this pan full of water. Um, I have to break up the lasagna sheets too, I think. Uh, so I have to bring that to a boil. Uh, a lot of the water will evaporate, so I got to bring it up pretty big. So that's when, oh, I have to season the thing, so I got one of these. I didn't know what salt fit. I didn't want to get ionized salt. I don't think that's the right one. So give me a second while I open this. I don't want to do that. Come on. Ah, there we go. So we had to push. I got, let me try this out on my water. There we go. It's gone. So all natural sea salt. I gotta season the water pretty heavily. From what I heard, you want to season it pretty heavily. So I've seasoned it pretty heavily. I need to I'll open the olive oil bottle. They didn't have a lot at Target, so I had to get this type. It's glass, so I know it's pretty well, but it doesn't have the code that tells you where it's from. It says from Spanish, but you never know. That's why I like when they have like the third party code that you can track where the oil's been, because there are a lot of cartels who try to who mix up the different oils, so you're getting the different time. You're getting regular vegetable oil instead of real olive oil. So like I said, higher quality because it is in glass. It's also in dark glass, so you can really care about the oxidation for the oil. So that is a good thing. I don't know what I'm going to start off with first. Probably the noodles. The noodles. So we'll start with that. How many calories is it? I don't know how many noodles I'm going to need though. Let me think about it. We're gonna have, let's say, like 3 layers. You thought this granite countertop has a lot of space, but it really doesn't. So you'll have one, two, three, four, five with the noodle, and maybe I can do it specifically this way. Yeah, two. So we'll do it like that. So probably uh three. Probably need like four, five, six, eight, nine. Probably like I would say 12. So we're gonna break this up into portions. So we'll have three, 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 and we'll do like one or two extra just in case. Uh, so we're gonna make the lasagna. So that's what we gotta make is first we gotta make the noodles. Um, the box. We gotta follow the box instructions. Uh, heat olive. Yeah, let's see. We're looking for how long? Right here. So the sheets will expand. So for 3 layers, I really need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Let's do like 10. So it will expand. So it'll need, it doesn't give me an actual thing. What it wants me to do is pre-oven, spray a 10-inch, pour 1 cup of sauce, place 3 sheets of lemon. So spray a 3-inch, pour 1 cup of sauce, place three while baking to the ends of the sheets. So do you need to cook the cheese before? I thought you did. Let me check it out. So, that's my question. Do you uh, cook lasagna sheets before baking? These are oven ready lasagna sheets, so you don't have to. Oh, that's amazing. So, these are oven ready. I just got these ready, so we'll see. So, no, you do not need to cook them. So, okay. So we need to make the sauce. The sauce. They have the recipe on the sauce too, right here. Um, pre-oven. So we are going to olive oil this over medium high heat. I would say about medium high heat. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put the onions in first. Once the pan is full, or the pan is hot. So yeah, so we'll heat 2 teaspoons of it. However, I didn't care. We're not gonna measure that. That probably adds more calories when you do more of it. So we're gonna add the ground beef, Italian sausage, chopped onion, minced garlic. I didn't get any garlic. I couldn't find any. There were barely any vegetables in Target, and I forgot to get some at Harrison Teeter. Um, oh, that's a tomato paste. I need to put that right there. Uh, so you add tomato paste, let it simmer, low heat for 15 minutes. So we're gonna do that. I want to get it back for the rest of the onions. I'm not using all of the onions. So let me prep the meat. I don't know how much meat I'm going to use. I did get some tortillas, so I might have some leftover meat. I got 2.5 round beef. I'll make some burgers tomorrow too, and use that. So I have to use it because the meat's gonna be expire in probably a week, so I have to use it. Um, I don't care about the onion flavor on my knife. Let me cut it open. But I did get a meat smasher and everything, so I can smash the meat. Uh, so we shall do that. But I'm happy that these sheets are oven made, oven ready. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I should have gotten better lasagna sheets ones that I have to make myself. But we'll see. While that's cooking, let's try the fruit roll-ups. Um, so we got these fruit roll-ups. How many calories? I'm curious. 60. Real fruit, apple, pear, strawberry. I just picked one, so I didn't know the flavoring. These ones look red. I like that. So presentation could be better. However, if they taste good. Unroll them. Mm, nowhere near as good as the fruit roll-ups. I don't regret trying them or buying them, but nowhere near. I don't like those. I understand they're trying to be healthy, but there's no like flavoring. The strawberry, the apple, the pear, I can barely taste them. Um, oh, these are going in the garbage. I tried them out. I'm trying to try new things. Um, but I did get some tortilla stuff, so I will have. I can make some burritos or whatever because I have a ton of cheese. A ton of cheese. I got like 6 bars of cheese. Some of them are sharp. Some of them are mozzarella. Um, I needed to get Parmesan. I accidentally got a ton of mozzarella. Mozzarella provolone. I didn't mean to get that. I got one. Thankfully, shredded cheese lasts longer. The thing is I didn't. Um, I tried to get the blocks of cheese, but there weren't a lot. But yeah, I guess I got a ton of mozzarella. I meant to get shredded Parmesan. I couldn't find blocks of uh, Parmesan, but I guess we're just not having Parmesan in the menu today. So no Parmesan in the cheese. Um, okay, it's starting to smoke. Let me put the onions. Um, I don't know how much ground beef I'm gonna add. The onions are added. I need to add parts of the meat. And then I'll just stuff my hand. So I've added the meat. I gotta use this to smash it. Sorry, I can't move the computer. Um, Added more meat. Uh, Let me brown the meat, and then once the meat is browned, I can add the tomato sauce and everything. Yeah. Ooh, that smells good. Those onions plus the meat. Mm. Sorry. I'm not sorry, but it smells good. But yeah, it's cooking. It's cooking pretty good. All the meat and everything. I'm good. Still brown, but it's getting on split. Like, so this onion went to waste. I can still smell the onion, the meat, all that stuff put together. Taking its time. I don't want to overcook the meat, but it's taking its time. Um, it is a lot of meat. So, but I gotta move the tomato paste, the tomato sauce, and I guess you do it in a mixture. So let me ask ChatGPT. Um, smells good. So they say one can, or 28 ounces. Um, so it's 61. What is 6 ounces and 20 minutes to uh, grams? So it's essentially 6 ounces. So what's ounce more? Um, so the crushed tomatoes, that's roll. So 6 ounces. So so the meat has been pretty much browned. So we're gonna use 106. So I've added the sauce, some of the sauce. Let me add the rest. Crushed tomato sauce, let's go. Crushed tomato sauce has been added. Now some tomato paste. Maybe a spoon. I need a taller pan so I don't kind of scoop out the sauce on me. Because my pan is just large enough for the sauce, but it could be larger. Maybe I should have done it in a saucepan. That's something for the next time I make it. We'll try that out. But we're making the sauce. Barely enough space, but we're doing it. So I gotta wait for that. Now it's no longer smoking because the sauce has taken up a lot of the heat. So we gotta let it stir. We gotta stir it for a little bit and then I'll cut it down the heat. And for 15, 20 minutes it's gotta simmer. So I'll cut the heat down. I do need So the, everything has been stirred. So now, once that's done, I gotta start making the lasagna because the mix is done or the sheets are good to go. I have to wait for the sauce to be done. So while I'm in the middle of that, let's start to grate some of the cheese. I should have grated some of the cheese before. Parmesan's already partially grated. I want to add some sharp cheddar to mix to kind of see how it'll do. I don't want to just use Parmesan. Uh, the ricotta cheese is ready to go, of course. Let me open that. I can get rid of all these onion residue, but I'm going to wait to do that for a little bit. Um, cool off. So it's simmer. Thankfully, it's no longer smoking. I'm happy because I don't want the fire alarm to go off. Thankfully, the fire alarm's away from where you're cooking, so it's harder for it to go off. So that's the ricotta cheese uh, right there. This is that. I'll have a mess to clean up after tonight, but hopefully that'll be my food for the next couple days, and then I'll probably make some burgers. I don't know if this portion, all of that will fill me up for 7 days. So I'll probably, and I need to use the rest of the meat. So the rest of the meat, it's about a pound left I can use for burgers for one day. I got some burger buns. I have the American cheese in the fridge. So that was the backup plan. Uh, that's the backup plan, and the lasagna doesn't go well. If the sauce isn't very good, then it's going to be hard to eat. And this is my first time, so my portions aren't great. I just dumped in the canned tomatoes plus the regular tomatoes and the tomato sauce. Okay, so I don't know if that'll be very good or not. Like if the consistency of the sauce is right. We'll learn. We'll get to test it out. That's the good thing. And my first time cooking this, so I get to test it out. It'll probably be my tenth attempt before it's a really good lasagna. Or 1,000 whatever it is. But I have all that stuff. I should have uh, pre-mixed it before, so got all the sauces ready in the specific amounts, and so I don't have to like guesstimate. I didn't even guesstimate. I just dumped in some of the tomato sauce, some of the crushed tomatoes, and the paste or whatever. So until it filled up most of my pan. But I have a jar for the leftover tomato sauce, so I will be able to use that with the meat and everything in it. So it's simmering for. We'll wait until 6:30 on here, but really that's 7:30 right now. Uh, so let me move all this stuff out. I don't really have a lot of space. I want to get rid of the onions right here specifically. So I do need another trash can. I'm tired of putting it in the Walmart bags because that bag over there, that old trash can broke in the garbage bag because I was trying to tie it out. So we'll have to. I kind of want to wrap this around. I didn't use all the onions. I used a lot of it, but not all. It wasn't peak efficiency. I think it's enough onion now. Uh, I like sautéed onions, so it's not like if there's too much onion in there, it'll be okay. Mixed in with the meat. I gotta wash the board. Right, let me put the rest of my stuff in my knife. All that. I will put the board right here. I have to wash all of it. Nice, but let's get the cat started. So we're gonna use the mozzarella and provolone. Let me taste it to make sure. I don't like using the shredded already because if you don't know, they put in anti-starch and stuff, so it doesn't stick together. That's how it doesn't stick together. Otherwise, it would be in the bag, sticks together. So it's not good. That's not a good ingredient for human health. I don't believe so. It could be. The problem is it messes with the cheese. So for at least for pizza making, it's not good. I'm assuming it's the same with lasagna. It's not as good if you shred the cheese yourself, taste wise and functionality wise. I don't know. I need to shred some sharp cheddar though. So I got to shred the sharp cheddar. I'm gonna try out the sharp cheddar. I got 2 blocks of those because I can always make cheese grits with the sharp cheddar. And the cheese grits give me about, with the butter, I add a lot of butter to it, so it tastes better, but also for the calories, that gives me enough for like 1,600 calories. So, where's my red right there? Still has some things in there. There we go. What red? I don't know how I'm going to transfer the uh, tomato sauce into into this. Man, I guess I can scoop it out. So I have to make space. Let's get rid of that. Some saucepan with water that I never use will go there. Uh, we'll see how testing it out with using noodles that are already pre-cooked oven or whatever they call it. We'll see how they go. It's gonna be fine. Uh, I have to clean up a huge mess in my oven on the oven stovetop and everything. But we'll leave that to future me, future Tyler, in an hour or so. Uh, so while that is simmering, that's the we're gonna do not finally. That's really large. What does this come out to? That's not bad. What about this? It's four-sided. This one I got, so it kind of makes a difference. And that's really big difference. We'll go with this one. Um, so I got to shred the cheese. Uh, I wanted to talk about other stuff in the video, but I forgot. I'm kind of having to do all that stuff. I'll turn the fan off since it's kind of not needed, or I can go to one, so you guys can probably hear me better. Uh, we'll see how it goes. Uh, but yeah, I was gonna add some other stuff to the video, not just me cooking. But I kind of was distracted. I should have had everything prepped, and then I did the video, and everything was set up. The tomato was cut and everything, and I was just doing the main ingredient stuff because it's already been an hour since I started. So, and I don't want to waste a ton of time on this whenever I am meal prepping. It'll get faster though, but I'll be able to weigh stuff out, and I'll probably have all the necessary ingredients weighed out. And so that would be nice, but like I said, it's going to be hard uh, to but that'll be next time. So maybe when I'm making burgers, you guys can watch it. Burgers are really simple, so I don't worry about this. Wow, this cheese is really shreddable, and it keeps all the cheese in the middle, so you kind of can like shred it before. But yeah, this cheese isn't really sticking together. Maybe it's because it hasn't been in the fridge for a while, so it's been out for a couple, probably like 2 hours. Yeah, that's all the cheese. But yeah, it sticks in the middle until it's all shredded. I'll shred it all because I can always put it in a plastic bag. And whatever I don't, I got nothing else to do. I mean, I could clean up the kitchen, but like I said, later. Yeah, it's all breakable and everything. So it's kind of like not spreading out really easily. That's fine. I'll just put it in a plastic bag and use the rest like this. Um, Yeah, but I'll have to clean the kitchen and it's a mess and everything, but it is what it is. Tomorrow I have off, so that's a good thing. Of course, I gotta still do stuff. Gotta go by State Farm, get my insurance changed because I'm living in North Carolina now, so my insurance will be way cheaper once I switch over, and that's free money, so I might as well do it. And I just have to switch over where I'm being at. But yeah, I'll have a lot of stuff to clean tonight too. But that's just the price of it. If I can get most of my meals for the for the week, maybe except for one or two. I don't mind spending an hour or two doing it and everything. But also, this is my first time. I took too long putting that onion because I was also talking to you guys. But let me put this in first. I'm gonna put tinfoil over the cans. Hope that makes them last long enough. Uh, I forgot to get baking sheets or whatever, but that's fine. I don't need them right now. But that's what I'll do with the cans. But yeah, I'm not good at multitasking, but all of my focus right now is waiting for the sauce to be ready. Grilled stuff. I've already shredded the mozzarella slash parmesan. I think it's good enough to speed. But yeah, next time I'll measure it out on the scale so I have everything correct. Sure, wipe down the pan first. Make sure there's no sauce residue or anything. Let's get rid of this one. Lesson learned. Wipe down the can. Me. Put up the other thing. I wasn't the best at when I was pouring it. So, but yeah, it's been an hour and a half. You guys just been watching me. If you got into the video, this video probably won't get much views. Like I said, I'll do it in a better production quality. So, and I can talk more to the camera. I'll have a mic and everything, and I'll be able to set up the camera, and so that'll make it better. But until then, production quality. This is the best I got. This is my first attempt, well, second attempt at a video. Okay, but I already knew how to make bacon and eggs, and so it wasn't that hard of a thing. Unlike here, I'm making a new, entirely new thing for me. So uh, we shall use cheese. Get rid of all these towels. Yeah, ricotta cheese. Let me put all the rest of this cheese. Uh, So right now I'm trying to like clean up so I don't have a huge mess on my hand. Of course, I'll still have a mess. Um, I left some stuff out in case I do need it, but a lot of it going up. So lasagna sheets, put some more in the box. Um, I don't need this. I do have this, so I can use this to like pour the stuff in. So we're gonna go over it. It is right now. I don't know how many calories it is because I'm not calorie counting this first time. Next time I'll do it in more portions. So I know how much I need for the full batch of lasagna. You know, as many calories as I need. So then I can know, and I'll know how much I can eat. So I can see, oh, I ate one lasagna piece today. Am I full today? Did I gain weight in the short term, long term? And I can do that because my food, my breakfast will always be that bacon, egg, and all that, and some milk. So I can kind of tell, like, do I need to cut back on some of the stuff, or do I need to add more in the lasagna? Plus, do I need to add more for the sauce? For how many baking sheets I need in the pan or in this, and the lasagna things, lasagna baking sheet, all that stuff. I'll be able to know more after the first attempt. So this is like the mad experiment and everything. So sorry, I got some tomato sauce. There's tomato sauce everywhere. Even over here too. I can put the olive oil up. So I used a spoon to scoop all that paste out. I only used like half of it. I don't know if that's enough uh, for it or not. I don't need a lot of tinfoil. Let's go right there. I might put it in the fridge. I'll have to look up. Should I put the tomato stuff in the fridge or not? After I open the can. Yeah, I'll probably make burgers in like 2 or 3 days to use up the rest of the meat because I got about a pound left. Um, but yeah, this will be enough for the next. Plus the eggs and bacon. I got some little bit of snacks, some ice cream, some toaster waffles that you put in the toaster and it cooks them or whatever. Some Jello, more eggs because I'm gonna run out eventually. And I got some mustard, ketchup, some butter, and all that. So we'll see how much ricotta cheese too I use. So it gives me all an estimate. I want to cut costs down because I spent about $250, and I'd say probably half of that was, or no, more than that, probably like $200 of that was food costs. But this will be my food for the next week, 2 weeks, because I can make cheese grits with the left cheese. I can make eggs, some milk. I got about a gallon and a half of milk. All that stuff will be my meals for the next week and a half. And we'll see how it goes. Maybe I need to eat more food, less food. And I want to have one day as my day off where I can eat in fast food or I can eat out. Specifically eat out. I don't want to eat at fast food all my one day, unless I have to, but because I can make burgers now, like they're not hard to make. And if I have ground beef and everything, so there's no point in me going to a fast food place when the burgers taste the same as what I make them. Maybe a higher end burger at a grill or whatever, maybe. But okay, the meat sauce should be done. It looks pretty much done simmering. I don't know why they call it simmering, I guess. I mean, the sauce is still, I would say, soupy, but I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I think it's okay. Let me taste test it. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Next time I might add salt. I forgot to put salt. Other than that, so I don't know if I want. I can't bring the thing over here because it's hot. I gotta scoop it out over here. Give me a. Let me. Huh. It looks like I might only have enough sauce for 2 layers. Hmm. What I need to do is next time make, and we'll see if that's enough. We'll see if that's enough. But it looks like it might be only enough for 2 layers. I don't know if you put the how you put. Do you put the pasta on first, or the? I'm assuming it's pasta next. Let me see. Okay. I need to preheat the oven too. So you put, yeah, it's for a thin layer of meat sauce plus the, okay. Ricotta cheese goes on next, and then regular cheese. It looks like a can might be enough for maybe 3 layers max. So I think I'll have enough sauce. I think you're also only supposed to do a thin layer. I did a thick layer. We'll see. Uh, so we got the sauce. Then I got to layer in a crap ton of cheese. Uh, so sharp mozzarella go together. I need a and spread that out. Mozzarella just needs to be lean. I preheat bake. Uh, I gotta see how much baking I got. 375. So it's starting to creep. Pretty good. I should have started the pre thing earlier, but it's okay. Now let's spread out the cheese. Yeah, it looks like I might be enough for 2 layers. Next, pour on the sauce. The sauce. Oh, I do need to wait for the onions to be done all the way next time before I start cooking it again. Let me spread the sauce out. There's not as much sauce on this version of it next this time. I used up like all of my utensils in this round. I won't waste as many next time. And cheese. Yeah, so it looks like I have enough for 3 layers on the bake pan. Now I only have enough sauce for two. So, oh, I need ricotta cheese first. Oops, I put the lasagna. Let me get the ricotta cheese. Lesson learned. I used about half of the ricotta cheese, uh, or like 2/3 really. Um, so just gotta spread it out, and the cheese goes on top. All of the cheese, I gotta use more mozzarella because I'm out of shredded cheddar. Uh, and I think I'm out of, so I used 2.5 bags. Still not ready to pre-cook. I need scissors. This one won't cut. Oh, never mind. It did open. I didn't use up a lot of these sheets. We'll have to see if that's enough, or if I need to add like another sheet on top instead of just three at a time, do four. Apparently, the sheets will expand though during the cooking process, so we'll see. I made a huge mess though in my kitchen. You know, my stovetop's a mess. Everything's a mess. Woe is me. Okay, let's put the baking pan on top of it. Well, it'll take some time to cook, preheat up. Oh, I did have some left in this one. Oh, let's screw it. So my first attempt at lasagna. How long do I need to cook it for? Um, for 25 minutes, then bake 5 more minutes. Let it rest for 15 minutes. So let's start bringing everything um, to a conclusion. Let me put everything up because I gotta set up the headboard, gotta do all that stuff. It's already 7:43. I gotta do my skincare stuff. Thankfully, I don't have to wake up as early, but I want to normalize my sleep schedule to like 4:30 every day, 4:30 a.m. so I'm not waking up and messing with my sleep schedule. Yeah, I just love a big portion of that ricotta cheese, which it's about 1,500 calories. So this could add 1,000 calories to it. So I could be doing about um, probably this is going to be about 9,000 calories. Now it's split up into 7 portions, maybe. I might do it in bigger portions or smaller. But wow, there's a cheese thing stuck to the never mind that. So it's warming up. I gotta get my oven mitts that I had bought. They are somewhere around here. Thankfully, most of the mess is now cleaned up. My oven mitts, I call them that. I didn't use a lot of the lasagna stuff, so I might have a lot of lasagna because I got 3 boxes. I used 9 of them, so there are about 15. So I'll probably use about half of them for each one. So that's for 3 weeks. I'll have 3 weeks of it, for this. Let's put it in here. But looks like I won't have any sauce left over. Now, I have the tomato sauce stuff, so that might go in the fridge, might not. It's heating up to 250. I should have preheated the oven before that. So now the pasta noodles are cooking a little bit in the sauce or whatever. So hopefully it doesn't mess with the pasta sauce or the pasta. Um, I shall start cleaning up because I need. My phone even has cheese bits of on the. No, that's onion bits. Oh, I don't want to wash it with water though, because that'd be dumb. I don't want it to stop breaking. There we go. I stopped. I didn't do that. Okay. Phone is still good. That's good. Uh, I didn't wash it with water. I stopped myself about like 10 seconds before I realized, hey, I shouldn't wash this in the water. I kind of wish I had gotten paper plates so then I could just throw them in the trash can, but I know I don't want to do that. So okay, this is pretty soon. That's good. I never use my measuring cup. Not. Four off this. We never use. Next time I'll use a soft pan and I'll cook the meat. I'll cook the meat in a separate, in the actual pan and the onions and everything, and then pour it into this pot and then add the sauce to it. And that'll probably be better. So where's my pan? The top, the lid. Looking lid. I'll find it. Oh, it's right here. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe the onions, I should have used more onions or not. We'll have to see. I could have added for paprika, smoked paprika. I could have added garlic powder. That probably would have been good. I also got some ground cinnamon for flavoring because cinnamon's really good for you, and I want to use it in some stuff. And maybe I could make like eggnog with like egg, cinnamon, and milk. I heard that's very good for you. I watched the channel. He was like, there's this health channel or whatever that I watch on YouTube. This guy, and he showed how to make it and everything, and it's really good for you. The eggnog that he made, and it's like cinnamon, egg, milk, some honey. But I got to go because this is yeah. So that's it. I gotta put it in the oven whenever it's ready. Um, I'll probably put a comment. I'll put a not a comment. What I'll say is I'll put a post like a little pin post thing where you can like ask questions to your subscribers. That's what most people use it for. I'll say if the lasagna was good or not. But it's already been an hour and 30. Most people haven't watched to the end, so I wanna end the video. So have a fantastic day. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow I'll make another video because I don't really consider this my Thursday video, so I'll make another video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.